So I gave a cabin tour a while back, and it was more of just a overall view of the space I have. And I've had a couple people ask to share with them a little more detailed look at the cabin. So I have my hatch here with my solid wood door, and that's good for when I'm going away and need to lock the space up. But what I've got for when I'm here and on the boat is I had this canvas cover made. It just has 4 snaps that pop on there, and that works perfect for keeping the wind out or keeping the heat in. I have a couple battens that I had put in them because my concern was that the canvas would just push in, and you can see if it didn't have the battens, you could see how easily it would just push in and fall into the inside. So with the batten at the bottom and at the top, or halfway up, it prevents that. So let's go down and I'll give a little more thorough look in the cabin. So now that we're down below, I was going to give a little bit of a closer look at the cabin space and how I manage to live aboard in a space this size. So first we'll swing to the left, and we're going to go all the way back to the quarter berth. So back here I primarily use it for a little bit of storage. I have my extra pillow and bedding back there for when my kids are over, and I keep my laundry bag there on the right. When that bag is full, I know it's time to go do laundry, and it's actually made out of sail material. Underneath these cushions I have my 2 house batteries and my starter battery. Here's my battery selection unit. There's my breaker panel. On the left is for the AC, so I can turn on my shore power, my water tank for hot water, and the other 2 panels are for all the DC units on the boat. Anything from fans to lights to VHF radio, depth sounder. I've been swapping out my lights in the cabin as needed and as time allows to LED lights. So these little neat units, they have white light off, and they have the red light for at night time. That way you don't lose your night vision. In behind here I have just a few random cleaning type materials. This side some more things, just various stuff for maintenance on the boat, some change jars. My nav station here is like my desk, and underneath it is actually, I won't lift it all the way up, but there's storage for papers and other various items that you want to have that are larger but need to stay flat. I have 3 drawers, well 2 drawers and a cupboard under the nav table. So just open up this middle one, just various tools and things that I use from time to time. In here, cleaning supplies. That's for inside and out. And we'll work our way down. So one of the things I did is I have these big shelves behind the settees on both sides of the boat. And they're great, there's lots of space, but you can't just throw all kinds of stuff up there. So I bought these brown baskets you can see, and I measured it all out, made sure they were going to fit, and they're perfect for just storing random things I use. I got some few electronic type stuff for my computer and cameras and stuff, and then I've got some books and some pencils for when I'm doing my artwork. This basket I just threw I've got some headphones and a camera in there. And then I've still got a little bit of shelf space left over for if I have a drink or something to sit there. And there's my little plant, the first plant I've ever had on a boat. His name's Charlie. So I'll go back a little bit here, and so I've got these closed cupboards, and they just slide. So this side I've got different food and canned items. In the middle I've got some books and my toolbox. And the last one is just a couple blocks and pulleys. Now in behind the settee is storage. So these cushions, I'll pull these away. You pull these cushions off, and there's all kinds of storage back there. So I have my flares, some other tools, my earmuffs for if I need to look at the engine while it's running, manuals, a few other various things, air horn, some rubber gloves. The next one, I've got some winch handles. I've got a little Tupperware container. It's got some things like my little handheld VHF radio and a few other items I don't want to have too much moisture on. But it's all dry in there. This last one, there's nothing there except a panel that allows access to the chain plate unit or bracket. Now under these cushions there would be storage, except that I have my freshwater tank under there. So there's access to the tank if I pull the cushions up, and there's little lids I can pull off, but there's not really any storage. Under these two actually, this last one does have storage. And I just have some lines and a few other bungee cords and things under there. There's my Newport Dickinson P9000 propane wall furnace. Heats the place up really well. And if we move forward, I have a little storage up here. That's usually where I put my linens and clean towels. Inside here I have my hanging locker. So some coats, my bag. I have some rubber boots down there. This little latch keeps the door secure and open so it's not banging around. And up front is the V-berth. So here I have just all my t-shirts and clothes. I've got some baskets up front for socks, underwear, pants. So there's a nice shelf all the way along up here. So I just keep my clothes out in the open. They don't need to be put away. I have a small little dehumidifier that I run up here, and it just takes a little of the condensation out of the air from when you're sleeping and stuff like that. So I have a nice big hatch here, easy to get in and out if I had to. Now underneath this V-berth there's a large storage area, so I have things in there that I don't use all the time, like some of my winter gear and stuff like that, and I have them in Tupperware totes just to make sure they don't get damp or anything. And under that I have the holding tank for my head, and you can access that all by well, the valves and things by pulling this off. You can see there's the macerator pump. And the tank is under there. A little bit of storage here. I just have a allergen type air cleaner here that I'm not using right now. I have a little shelf here so I can put things that I'm charging and other items on there for my alarm. Another little cupboard here just for a few other clothing items. There's a drawer. And one more cupboard